deductions. Give me those deductions. Give me those deductions. Give me those deductions.
Hello my friends and welcome to The Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua and I help others make simple changes to create a life of awesome. Welcome my friends and welcome to another Financial Friday. So as you probably have heard or read or already know, the tax date of April 15th has been pushed back by 3 months. So you don't have to file your taxes until July 15th. Woohoo! An extra 3 months to file our taxes. And I know it's a tumultuous task. No one likes to do it, especially when they see what they've earned, see what the government has taken out, and may or may not get anything back. I don't know about you, but mine was eaten up by student loans. So I didn't get anything back. I've already filed. But if you have not yet filed, I've got a couple of tips that will help you reduce your adjusted gross income so that you can reduce your tax bill. Get that lower. Get that tax bill lower so that you can put more money in your pocket. Now, if you've already filed, you can actually refile up to, I think, 3 years back, 3 or 5 years back. I can't exactly remember the time frame, but you can refile previous years or this year if you've already filed and claim new deductions so that you can, get more money into your bank account. So here are the special secret deductions that you may or may not have ever heard of, but might be able to take advantage of. Number one, and I'm starting out with my absolute favorite, because outside of having 1 million kids, this is the coolest deduction that you will want to include on your taxes every single year. And that is business expenses. Start a business if you haven't already done so. To work. It doesn't matter what it is. You could be coloring pictures for orphans in Ethiopia. As long as it's a business, then you can claim deductions for it. Now, the IRS, the government, defines a business as something that makes profit. But you don't have to make a profit for 3 years before it's considered a hobby, and then you can't deduct any more expenses for it. So if you are looking for a way to maximize your deductions but don't really want to put a lot of time and energy into a business, start a new business every 3 years. And you can claim those deductions year after year after year. And some of those deductions are really, really cool. If you have a home office, and the IRS is very specific on what they consider a home office, it can't have a bed in it, it can't have like a sofa in it or a TV in it or something like that. It can't be used as a living quarters. It has to be at least a designated space for an office. You can deduct at up to 300 square feet of your home. So that means your mortgage, your interest payments on your mortgage, all of your bills. That means your electricity, your gas, your cable bill, if your business involves, internet. It's usually tied in with a cable bill. but different things around your house, your expenses from your home can be used as business expenses, which is so cool. So you would take 300 square feet, divide that by the total square footage of your home, and that would be the percentage of the bills, the monthly bills that you could deduct on your taxes. You can also deduct, any office supplies that you get. I just ordered a brand new computer, so you better believe I will be deducting that on my taxes next year. Also, any gas mileage that you put into your car for your business, and anything like that. If you buy a car and it is used for business expenses, you can write off a portion of that purchase of a car. The sky is unlimited. I mean, of course, consult with a tax professional, a CPA, to make sure that you aren't doing anything illegal, but take advantage of all of those deductions that you are entitled to if you have a business. It's my absolute favorite. I get back, well, until this past year, money every single year on top of what I would normally get, on top of the regular tax credits and deductions and things like that, because I always have a business going on. My next tip for you is take a vacation. Take a vacation and write it off. Again, this kind of goes back to business, but if you conduct business on your vacation, then you are entitled to deduct that. And that means your airfare, your hotel, your meals, travel expenses like Ubers and cabs and things like that, any museums or anything that you travel, as long as it's business related, you can deduct it. So go ahead, sit on the beach, do a little bit of work, and write off your vacation. Once all this COVID-19 stuff is done, I'm thinking Tahiti. Maybe not that extravagant, but you better believe that every trip I go on, I make sure that I am doing some sort of business element within it, and I'm writing off that entire expense. So enjoy life, my friends. Go on vacation and get that money. Another thing that I love to do, and this not only helps out me, but it also helps out many, many people. Donating to charity. And as long as it's a nonprofit, a 501c3 organization, you can deduct what you charitably donate to them. So that could be the Red Cross, that could be Goodwill, that could be any organization that is a nonprofit and sanctioned by the government as a 501c3, that's a special tax accreditation, I guess you would call it. You can write off those expenses. So every year, I go through my closet and I clean it out. Anything that I'm not wearing, anything that I'm not using, I have no need for, I load it up, put it in my car, and go on down to the Goodwill and drop it off. Feels like a $600 deduction to me. And I deduct the value of the clothes that I drop off. I also donate to church on a weekly basis, well, a monthly basis. And I can deduct that because they are a nonprofit organization. And I also make contributions to other charities and things like that. Make sure to keep receipts on everything you do, because the government has a 7-year look back and longer if they think it's extenuating circumstances or it's kind of crazy, like you didn't pay taxes for 20 years and all of a sudden you're taking all these deductions. But make sure to keep documentation of everything and be able to legitimize everything. But these are legal and ethical ways to take tax deductions. Did you go to school? Got student loans? Take deductions on the interest that you are paying on those student loans. I have got a whopping student loan debt of 120 grand. I know, I just kept going to school and going to school and going to school. And when I was younger, I was all about getting that free money. Well, now it's coming back around because I have to pay on my student loans. And of course, every month there is an interest fee. And so I can take a deduction on the interest that I pay for those student loans. Pretty cool, just a little bit more in my pocket, but every little bit helps. So here's the thing. We've all heard the rule, never, ever give money to friends and family. Have you heard that? It's been around for a long time, and it usually proves to be true. Or give them money that you never expect back. But now you can expect it back, because what if they don't repay you, if it is truly a loan, make sure to fill out a contract and things like that so it's legal and you have documentation. But if they don't pay it back, it's considered a bad debt. And you can deduct some of that from your tax bill so that you can lower your adjusted gross income to be lower than what it would normally be, and you would get a bigger refund or not owe as much if you end up owing at the end of the year. So I'm not saying hand out money like willy-nilly. I'm not saying go crazy and make it rain and consider it all bad debts. But if you truly have given someone, not given, that is the wrong word for it. If you've truly loaned someone an amount of money and they did not pay it back, then you are entitled to write that off as a bad debt on your taxes. Another thing that I absolutely love, and I take advantage of at least once every couple of years, is the further education tax credit. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to go back and take courses to further develop your trade, what you do in life, your employment. So if you are a manager and you go and take courses to get this is a non-degree pursuit credit. If you go back to further your education and take like a crash course in human resources or whatever, or for me, I am taking a non-degree seeking course in software development. I'm furthering my education, and I'm furthering my understanding of a new trade. I can take credits and take credits on what I spend in order to pursue that education, that further education. So that means, after this is all said and done, I can deduct what I pay for the course, as well as any textbooks, as well as any supplies that you might need for educating or for furthering that education. So not only do you get enlightened by learning new skills or further developing your skills, but you also get money back from Uncle Sam at the end of the year. It's very, very cool. So it's kind of a win-win on my part. And last but not least, in this troublesome time, so many people are out of work. And it's a tragedy that so many, businesses have closed down. And in all reality, some of them probably won't reopen, which means there are millions of people right now unemployed. You have the ability to deduct expenses that it takes for you to find a new job. Okay, hon, I'm off to look for a job. Love you. Oh crap, pants. So if you are going on interviews, then you can deduct your travel expenses. If you are, printing off resumes, you can deduct, what it costs to actually print them out and things like that. So if you are actively seeking a job, make sure to keep those receipts and, keep a running tally of how much you're spending on actually looking for a job. So I hope you got value out of that. If you did, please make sure to give this video a big old thumbs up. Also comment down below. Do you have any other super secret tax deductions that you know of? I would love to hear about them. Give me a comment down below and subscribe. Hit that bell when you subscribe so you get notified each time I create a video. And until next time, my friends, cheers.